welcome to the VitaCast, episode 51. I'm your host, Tyler Woltoff, and with me as usual is Kyle Weekly.
But am I really here? That is the question.
Oh snap, starting off with a riddle or a brain teaser?
Maybe just a bit of metaphysical bullshit, I don't know.
That could be it too. So Kyle might be here, he might not. You might hear his voice, you might not. It could be someone else. But
this might be the Matrix, you don't know.
We really don't. Are we really here, Kyle? Are any of us here? Am I here?
I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I think we should just stop recording then, because I really need to figure this out.
Yeah, but maybe if we're here, maybe this is important, so let's just do it.
Alright, I like your attitude.
What's better to do? If you don't exist, then what does it matter anyway? Let's just do it.
Why not? Let's do it. Alright, anyways, that's a weird way to start the podcast, but whatever. We do what we want, right, Kyle?
That's right.
Well, let's start off with what we've been playing. I've been playing a few things. I've been doing a lot of Freedom Wars. My review is almost done. I need to tweak some things, and Kyle got to read it and probably laugh and be like, that's stupid. And you need to fix this. So I needed to do that, and then you will be able to read my lovely Freedom Wars review. But yeah, I'm still playing it. I basically beat the story, but there's still missions to play, and yeah, I'm not bored of it yet, which is a good thing, because I spent money on it, even though I got a free copy. Gotta love that DLC. Anyways, I played a bit of that. I played some Tales of Hearts R, but we're not going to talk anything about Tales of Hearts R, because we don't care to talk about that, right, Kyle?
Sure, Tyler.
Okay, maybe it's just me. No, I'm just kidding. We'll talk a bit more about that later. I've been playing a bit of that. Not too much, maybe an hour and a half, 3 hours. I don't remember. I gotta look at my time thing.
Not too much. Maybe an hour and a half, 3 hours, 6 hours, 26 hours. I don't know. A little bit.
You know what, Kyle? Shut up. What else have I played? There's something. Oh, played a bit of Minecraft. I played that with my girlfriend, actually. I did a video on my YouTube channel. That was pretty fun, though. She had never played the game, and I was like, well, let's play together and record it and make you completely nervous because you've never played this game and you're in one of my videos, so enjoy this experience. So that was interesting. Yeah, I think that's all I played. Kyle's going to say something, and I'm going to be like, oh yeah, I played that. Or some news story's going to happen. I'll be like, oh yeah, something's going to happen. Anyways, Kyle, what have you been playing?
Yeah, I'm waiting for your, oh, hey, that game, I forgot to say. But it'll happen, organically throughout the podcast. Don't have to push for it. So what I've been playing, I've been playing Tales of Hearts R. As Tyler said, we aren't going to talk a whole lot about that just for a certain reason. So we'll just avoid that subject for now. But I have been playing Tales of Hearts R. And I've been playing Senran Kagura Bon Appetit, which is another review game I have, and is it's pretty enjoyable so far. I haven't dug in too hard, but I definitely like where they're going with everything here. I'm just hoping everything gets a little harder as I kind of dig in a bit more, because I've only touched kind of easy and normal mode, and it seemed pretty easy, so I don't know. We'll see. Other than that, I also have been playing Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment, and that kind of brings us to our next kind of section here, which is reviews from the week, because my review from Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment is now up. And I gave it a 4 out of 5. So that's a pretty good score. But I just kind of want to read to you what I wrote here as far as summary, because, well, there's some caveats. So anyway, here we go. Whether you're a fan of the series or not, Sword Art Online Hollow Fragment offers something for everyone. A great RPG experience with a ton of content, a ton of room to grow, your fully customizable character, and many different battle styles and areas to explore. You'll be playing this one for 100 hours before you get bored easily. My only qualms with this title were cosmetic, so despite the fact that the game isn't perfect, it's still one I'd wholeheartedly recommend. And that's true, and I would like to expand a little bit on that, because of course I wrote the review, so I can do that. the main things that really kind of bothered me in the game were how pretty much useless the whole fan service element was. Like, I mean, of course it's fan service, so if you want to, see some cool stuff or, some tight clothes or whatever it may be from your favorite character, you can get that out of it. But as far as the social elements go, other than, praising your partner in battle, which gives you 50 SP, it's pretty much useless. Like, I mean, it doesn't, strengthen your bond when you're out and give you better, damage or better, anything. It just kind of, it's tacked on and it's kind of useless. So I kind of thought that was pretty much bullshit, other than the fact that you do get that fan service, as well as the horrible, story, I guess you could call that, in between the very start of the game and the very end of the game. So those parts were good, but the whole, I guess I'd call it a round, because whenever something would happen, it would go through every single one of the characters, having them say something, and then back, like, it just kept going in a circle. So, like, one scene it would go around the characters 4 times with each of them saying something, and that would be the scene. And it just, like, most of the stuff they said was useless, and it just felt so forced and so useless. Like, it wasn't even part of the story. It was just like, here's a wall of text to read, and then the text isn't localized very well. So, like, I mean, even though you could understand and decipher what it said, sometimes you actually had to decipher what it said, and it wasn't perfect. So it made the experience just kind of, I don't know, hard to muddle through, I guess. But as far as the actual playing, I thought that was really good. So if you're looking for something where when you're actually playing the game and actually out, battling, that it was interesting and fun to play, then this is a good one to pick. But if you're looking for something where the story is the focus, maybe you better stick with P4G or something else that gives a little bit more credence to the story than it does, the fan service, I guess.
Yeah. I agree with you completely. Everything you said is just spot on, but it's definitely a game worth trying out. Get it?
Yeah, it's a really good game. It's just a lot of the things that they did could be done better as far as the story and the social elements. So
yeah.
I'm hoping with Lost Song expanding on other elements, like, people complained about the multiplayer, and now they're saying 4-player online multiplayer and a couple other things that people complained about. They're fixing, like, the translation. So hopefully that's one of the things that they're kind of looking into more, making that social element count and have a better story. Because
Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, hopefully.
But they definitely have a good game to base it off of. They just need to fix those things, and bam, the ultimate game.
I agree. It can make for a really awesome RPG that gets, up there with those 5 out of 5s.
Oh, yeah. Alright, so we had one more review, right?
Yes. The other review to go up this week is Brad's review of The Muppets Movie Adventures. And he gave it a 2.8 out of 5, saying, quote, "The Muppet Movie Adventures is a colorful and beautiful side-scrolling platformer that suffers from a lack of challenge. Guiding this wonderful cast of characters through different movies has its moments of fun, but ultimately the whole game needs a script change." End quote. So it looks like he wasn't too happy with, I guess, the story, and the challenge. So if something that you're looking at, maybe you want to read his review first, I generally recommend that with anything under like a 3.5. Even though that's good, some people are picky, and especially if some certain things are broken, they're like, nah, that.
Yeah.
So yeah, read his review. Those 2 reviews are now on site, and hopefully Tyler's review of Freedom Wars will be up soon.
Hopefully. It should be.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. Alright, so I'm going to, actually, speaking of Freedom Wars, I'm going to jump back. Kyle, why haven't you been playing Freedom Wars?
Tyler, I just have so much to do. I've been playing Sword Art Online like a crazy person trying to get that done. And then I finally finished that and I was like, well, I've only played like a little bit of Tales of Hearts and Senran Kagura, and even though I'm kind of waiting with Senran Bon Appetit because of the fact that that DLC pack comes at the end of the month, which kind of completes the game.
Yeah.
I wanted to wait for that. I'm kind of trying to pound through Tales of Hearts R so that I don't have that going at the same time. And just too much to do, Tyler.
I feel you. Well, when you do get into it, I'm hoping you love it. And if you need any help, you definitely need to message me so we can do some online together.
Sounds good.
I'm getting to
I definitely will.
Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm actually going to start needing some help because I'm going against people that are really, really hard. And even though I beat the main story, it's just there's these things I want to finish and I want to beat these guys. It is hard, but I like a challenge. So it makes you think, makes you stay on your toes. Don't make stupid mistakes. At least you try not to. And then when you do, you yell at yourself.
Or you yell at your friend, hey, damn it.
Yeah. Anyways, enough about Freedom Wars. Let's talk about some new games, and that brings us to our new releases. So last week we had Charlie bring us those new releases, so that was a new voice to the mix. So who knows who we'll get this week, right, Kyle?
I have no idea.
We don't even really know, honestly. We won't know until after this whole podcast is done, and I get the person to record the new releases to record it. So anyways, enough blabbling. Let's just throw it to those new releases. So take it away, person that takes it away. Hey, Tyler here. I'm going to be the one bringing those new releases to you. So you're going to hear me throw it to myself and then bring it back to myself. That fun awkwardness. So anyways, North America, what are we getting? Adventure Time, The Secret of the Nameless Kingdom for $29.99. Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2nd for $39.99. Little Big Planet Vita Marvel Edition for $19.99. MXGP for $29.99. And Rollers of the Realm for $8.99. So it's on sale. Its regular price is $9.99, so $1. Woohoo! PlayStation 1 Classic Kickboxing for $5.99. We got a couple sales, a bit of DLC, a ton of Freedom Wars DLC, Hatsune Miku DLC, a free Minecraft pack. So yeah, some more stuff there that you should check out. And Europeans, what are you guys getting? You guys are getting Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2nd, which is out on the 21st of November, so today. Yay! MotoGP 14 Compact, which is out on the 20th, which was yesterday. Rugby 15, which is out today, and Samurai Warriors 4. You also got a few PlayStation Mobile games, some DLC, some more same things I think that Freedom Wars for the United States or North America got. You also got Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2nd DLC. Also, that free Minecraft pack is also available to you guys, and some more DLC for stuff. So, and there's a big sale for Vita and PSP. It's called the Anime Sale, so go check that out. Tons and tons of games for sale that are on sale. Anyways, so yeah, those are your new releases, and I'm gonna throw it back to myself. Tyler, take it away. Kyle sucks. Those are our new releases. Who's excited? Kyle, any of those you getting?
Yes and no. Nothing I'm getting right this second. But I'm definitely planning on getting Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2nd. So that's on my radar, although I have Senran Kagura Bon Appetit, and I have Project Diva F, the original, I guess, to go through before I jump into that, I think. So. And Freedom Wars. Yeah, and Freedom Wars, but like, I mean, that's, you know, something completely different. I can play multiple games at once, but multiple games of the same genre, and yeah, no, that's not gonna work for me so much. And maybe MXGP, I don't know. I'm kind of iffy on that one.
Yeah, I don't know myself. I think I'm gonna stay away from it. But, because, like, all the footage I've seen, I'm pretty sure it's all PS4 and PS3 stuff. So I really don't know what to expect from the Vita version.
I don't know. Have to wait and see.
Yeah, and I've just got so many other things to play right now. It's not something I need to buy just because I want it.
I agree.
It's kind of the same thing with Hatsune Miku Project Diva F2nd. I kind of want it, but at the same time, I don't. Like, I'm not the biggest into rhythm games. Like, there's a few rhythm games I like, but it's been a long time since I've really jumped into one that I've really, really liked. So, I don't know. Maybe I'll wait till it drops in price and pick it up one of these days. And that Adventure Time, The Secret of the Nameless Kingdom, is really high priced. I was not expecting that. I think it's $29.99. I don't think anyone expected that, you were saying. So, I don't know. It looks interesting, looks really colorful. I'm not into the TV show, so I really don't know anything about the TV show. But it looks like an interesting game, so we'll see about that one.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know much about that. We were kind of talking about that before the cast started when we had our little, hey, how are you doing, blah, 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 before anyone gets to hear anything. And, yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't really heard a lot about that. I didn't really, watch any of the footage or trailers or look at any of the screenshots or anything for that one. So I'm not really sure. So that's kind of one I'd have to look into. But, yeah, not on my radar as of right now.
Yeah. Well, I think that game would have benefited from a demo, for sure.
A lot of games would benefit from a demo.
Very true. Very, very true.
Yes.
But Rollers of the Realm has a demo. Are you going to get that?
No.
I don't know if you said you were.
I'm not.
Remember.
No.
Yeah. I'm not into pinball. And an RPG pinball game sounds really weird. But I mean, if they pull it off and people like it, then good for them.
I agree. Yeah, that's one of those games. There's not a lot of games that I like to actually have the physical game, but I like to actually play a pinball machine. That's the whole kind of point about it for me, is the playing of the actual machine. So I don't play pinball and stuff on game consoles, so that's not really for me. And then the whole RPG thing just makes it wonky for me, and yeah, no. I'm good.
Yeah. I gotcha. Alright, well, I think that ends our talk about those new releases. Let's head on to the news. We got a few pieces here, so let's get through it. First up, grab your lance and mount your horse, because the jousting-based game Shakespeare's has come to the PlayStation Vita. Shakespeare's puts you in the saddle of a knight who is looking to earn the love of a beautiful maiden. I gotta learn how to read. In order to prove your worth, you must battle a number of competing suitors. Players will win gold following a successful joust, which can then be used to upgrade armor and weapons, or to purchase spells for use in future matches. There's 3 main game modes, and players will be able to choose from career, survival, and multiplayer. The career mode introduces a number of RPG elements and allows you to move up through the ranks of your class, improving from mechanic up to alchemist. You can customize your character and fight across 4 worlds and 20 cities to earn the love of a beautiful lady. Survival mode has you fighting a series of opponents that will gradually increase in difficulty, helping you hone your skills with the lance and get you ready to take on your friends in the multiplayer mode. Free to play with coin packs able to purchase at an additional cost. Shakespeare's is available now in Europe. So where is it in North America, Kyle?
I have no idea.
It sounds interesting.
There's a lot of games recently that I've noticed, like more than usual, where it's like, oh, it's only coming to North America, or oh, it's only coming to Europe. Like, I have quite a few games on the complete list of games that I have that's, on the forums there. That's stuff that's coming out that they're like, oh yeah, well, we don't know in that version. So, like, it's like 1 North American, 1 Europe, 1 North American, 1 Europe. Of all these games that are out somewhere, but not in the other region. I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird.
Whack stuff.
Bring it over here, guys.
Bring all the games to all the regions.
Yes. Just make it one region. Just make it the Sony region. Just bring it out everywhere.
That's
yeah.
Right.
Anyways, next up, a new feature-rich update for Spelunky is now available for download. The 1.05 update brings some of the new features that were introduced with the PlayStation 4 version of the game over to the Vita, as well as providing full support for PlayStation TV. Aside from the usual bug fixes that are included in the update, the main new features revolve around the daily challenges. Now Vita players will be able to see their friends' ghosts in the challenge at the point where they died. You will also be able to watch recorded replays of other players' daily challenge runs directly from the leaderboards. This gives players a useful new learning tool, as beginners can now watch more skilled players do a run and learn a thing or two. The replay feature also has a VHS-style fast-forward function to allow you to rapidly skip through the replay to get to a specific point. PlayStation TV owners can now play local games with up to 4 players. If you haven't played Spelunky in a while, this is the perfect reason to jump back in, which I need to do, because I want to test those things out, and I love Spelunky. Anyways, continuing on. Japanese developer Arc System Works, probably best known to Vita owners for the Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue titles, have just been in touch to let us know about their newest Vita title, Fantasy Hero Unsigned Legacy. In Fantasy Hero Unsigned Legacy, you can play the role of a well-spiked luchador, running around with 3 of your friends and punching and power-driving the ever-loving spit out of anything that looks at you funny. Your main opposition will be decoders, monsters which have governed your world for a long time. But after 12 years in your secret hideout, it's time to come out and show them what you are made of. Every foray into the wider world is a chance to grab weapons, rack up levels, and pump up your skills. Even at max level, you won't be able to fill out every branch on the skill tree, so you need to figure out how you want to customize your style, whether it's punching, sword, fighting, or shooting, and it all depends on which character you're playing as. The weapons can be used as they are, used to enhance the ones you've got, or you can convert them into completely different things. The game also features 4-player co-op through the campaign, where you can earn special team skills and revive each other as needed. Some of the features you can expect to see are choose one of 4 heroes to save the world, each featuring a different playstyle: slashing, wrestling, shooting, or punching with giant robot fists. Enhance or remodel weapons to create deadly combinations. Fully voice-acted heroes, supporting comrades and enemies come to life as the story unfolds. Complete your party with up to 4-player local co-op. Explore the world further with new missions available as DLC. Recolor your characters with character color pack DLCs, including colors inspired by Guilty Gear and Blaze Blue. The game is set to launch on December 2nd in the United States. Says, yes, the United States, not North America. With more regions to follow in early 2015. We will bring you more news when the game, as we have it. Which, that game sounds really interesting, so I'm going to have to look at more of that.
Yeah, Tyler, that's another one of those games where it's only coming out in one part.
That is
like
really
it
weird.
says, US only. So it's only coming to US, not Canada. It's not a North America release on that date. It's coming to Canada at a later date because they don't.
Weird.
I don't know what the hell. Yeah,
Sucks for you Canadians.
Yeah, it's Arc System Works, man. I don't know what it is, but they like to release these really weird kind of things. Because I think they did. Didn't they do Magical Beat too? I think they did, and that one was US only. So like, we never even got that one. That one wasn't timed or anything. We still haven't got that in Canada.
Weird.
Yeah, I know. Weird stuff. Anywho, moving on with the news. A hefty new patch is inbound for Nihon Falcom's The Legend of Heroes Sen no Kaseki 2 this month. According to the latest, well, not the latest anymore, issue of Famitsu, the new patch, version 1.03, will enable Crow Armburst, Vita Clotilde, and Altina Orion to be usable as party members. However, Altina will only be available for you to party during the Corridor of the Reveries portion of the game, which will also be getting additional tweaks to itself to make the level more enjoyable. The update will also contain several fixes and tweaks to the overall accessibility of the game. Seems like some pretty significant additions for a smaller patch. Moving on, Compile Heart has recently revealed new details from their upcoming Hyperdimension Neptunia sequel, Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3B Century. What a mouthful. First up is the fact that the battle system has been revamped, with regular attacks now filling up a gauge, which can then be used to perform skills, special attacks, and the HDD transformation. They've also added new story elements, with extra events added to each chapter and a new scenario that unlocks when you complete the game. Compile Heart have also revealed that the game will have a Nariyuki dungeon mode, in which Stella traverses Neptro Tower in an attempt to gain new items. After picking a location to explore Stella's loadout and who is to accompany her as an observer, you can send her into dungeons where her automated exploration takes place in real time, whether or not you're actually playing the game. Should Stella manage to return with some health at the end of this exploration, you'll gain items, with a special item awarded for clearing out an entire area. If her HP is entirely depleted mid-exploration, however, you'll lose any items you gave her as well as those she picked up while exploring. The difficulty level of these explorations ramps up as you progress, so you'll have to make sure that Stella is properly equipped when you send her out, or you'll simply be losing everything. Aside from in-game details, however, it was revealed that a limited edition version of Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 V Century will be available at launch, featuring a situation CD, a Purple Heart graphic figure, and a special card for the Neptunia Unlimited Versus trading card game series. Pre-ordering the game will also net you a DLC code for Neptunication, a special event that allows you to communicate with Neptune. That's all we know for now, but we take care to remind you that Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3 V Century is due in Japan on December 18th, with no news yet on the very likely Western localization to follow.
Boop boop.
Boop boop indeed. And a short one after that really long one. Minecraft has already come to PlayStation Vita, and now it's time to get all those delicious add-ons players on other platforms haven't enjoyed for way too long. One such add-on that PlayStation players can expect to see soon is the Skyrim Mashup Pack, which 4J Studios announced via Twitter is ready to go. They've also noted that while they were hoping it would be coming sometime this month, it shouldn't be much longer either way.
Aw, yeah. Kyle's excited.
No, but I know Tyler is, so.
Can't wait. Anyways, well, let's continue it on. I think this is Claus. Claus wakes up in a basement with a lot of questions on his mind. Where is he? How did he get here? Who is he? And why is Claus tattooed on his arm? These are the questions that titular character will have to answer in the new puzzle platformer Claus, which is coming to PlayStation Vita and PlayStation 4 in 2015. Claus will be an interactive puzzle game with a strong focus on narrative that will have the player collecting clues to unravel the secrets of the past. Along the way, Claus will meet K1, another prisoner with a propensity for destruction, and the two will need to work together to make it out alive. Players will be able to control both characters as well as interact with the environment to explore this mysterious world and make it through the non-linear experience. This will also include Claus breaking the fourth wall to interact with the player. The developer has also highlighted that quite a bit of the game will revolve around the use of touch and will be necessary in order to make it through the world. Players will need to rotate platforms and jump pads to make it across pits with spikes and other obstacles. A demo of Claus will be playable at the PlayStation Experience in Las Vegas on December 6th and 7th, so if you're planning on attending and have a chance to give it a play, let us know what you think.
Yeah, so I don't know if that's Claus or Klaus. It could be either.
I guess we'll have to find out. When you go there, if you're in Vegas, let us know how to pronounce it. Or just buy us a ticket and let us go there ourselves, and we'll let you know. Huh?
Yeah, if you want to fly us there, we're cool with that.
Yeah, totally done. Anyways, next up, Aqua Kitty DX launches November 25th. If Aqua Kitty sounds familiar to you, it's probably because you either played or remembered the PlayStation Mobile version that is available, or you read Brad's news piece in September telling you that it was coming to the Vita. But now we have learned, thanks to PlayStation Network stores, that the game is set for a release on November 25th with a DX version. Some features we can expect are new and reworked levels, bosses added per area, directional fire weapons dropped by the silverfish enemy, which complements the golden fish power-up dropper, an easy mode for people who feel normal mode is too hard, arcade mode, which plays like a mix of Gradius and Defender, collect gems to purchase power-ups, which are carried out onto successive levels. As soon as we know more information about the pricing of the game, we'll let you know. Next up, Canadian developer Mo Bean Thickery. I don't know if that's right. Kyle, you're Canadian.
I'm Canadian, but I don't know what the hell. Hold on, I'll get there, and then we can figure out what this name is, because
Alright.
I don't know.
Kyle, you always
Yeah, I have no idea. That, yeah, it looks like it says Mobeen Fickery. I don't know, though. Because that's not Canadian anything. That's just like a random name. Or it's something in like, it's like, I have no idea. No, I just don't know. Just guess, Tyler.
I thought you
pronounce it how you want to.
Mobeen Fickery. Sounds about right.
There you go.
We'll just stick with that. Maybe they can let us know what it really means later, someday. Who knows? Anyways, posted on the EU blog to explain a bit of his upcoming title from his Vertex Pop studio, known as We Are Doomed. The game is incredibly colorful and vibrant twin-stick shooter where you are equipped with a ridiculously overpowered short-range laser beam. Ooh. Maybe that's what a Mobeen Fickery is. An overpowered short-range laser beam. Anyways, having such a limited range with your laser means that you will need to get involved with eradicating those enemies. Hanging back simply isn't going to get you anywhere. What will help is the ability to charge your laser into a super beam, which will obliterate everything that it touches, although you are vulnerable while it is being used. Mobeen explains, maybe that's a person.
Yeah, it is a person.
This got awkward. Anyways,
Tyler doesn't realize it's a person.
Mobeen explains the entire game is built on a risk-reward mentality. Every mechanic is designed to make throwing yourself into danger and dashing across the arena to collect trinkets. The purple cubes pay off. It makes for a fast-paced game of constantly evaluating your options while maintaining composure. We Are Doomed is set for an early 2015 PlayStation 4 launch, with the Vita version to follow afterwards. Mobeen is committed to bringing his title to the Vita, but explains that it will take longer because he is only a one-man studio. So we'll bring you more on this when we get it.
With Tyler probably mispronouncing it even more.
Kyle, you didn't even know it was a name either, so don't even.
What are you talking about? I knew it was a name. I just didn't know how to pronounce it because that's not a Canadian name. That has nothing to do with being Canadian.
Well, now I just feel weird.
You should feel weird, Tyler.
I do.
Good.
Read your last three stories, Kyle.
Alright. Alright, so here's the last three news stories. First up, there's a truck outside that wants to be really loud. Anywho. Yeah, I know. It's like 5:55 a.m. here, and the truck wants to be that loud. I don't think so.
What a jerk.
Nobody should be up before 8 except me. Alright. Anyway, moving on with these news stories. First up, developer Koei Tecmo reveals first print bonuses and premium edition contents for the upcoming PS Vita port of Atelier Esche Unlogi. So, a couple of weeks ago, we brought you the beautiful new screenshots of Atelier Esche Unlogi, Alchemists of the Dark Sky. I can't speak, apparently. Which were taken straight from the PlayStation Vita port of the game. More details have now been released, with Koei Tecmo revealing what gamers will get if they are lucky enough to pick up a first print copy of the RPG. Included with each first print copy will be a downloadable code for a new costume for Neo Altugal, who's actually a new character for the PlayStation Vita version of the game. We've also finally been given details of what will be bundled with the premium versions of the game, which will be a download code for wedding-themed costumes for both Esha and Logie, a cleaning cloth, a crystal paperweight, and a 2015 Esha and Logie calendar. Atelier Esha and Logie, Alchemists of the Dusk Sky, yeah, I definitely can't talk, is set for release in Japan on January 22nd. Although we don't have details on a Western release, Koei Tecmo recently revealed that the PlayStation Vita port of The Alchemist of Dusk, the game preceding Alchemist of the Dusk Sky, will be coming to the West next year, so an announcement of localization is likely.
Alright.
I'm always good with the localizations, Tyler. I applaud anyone who's willing to localize any game. That's just awesome.
Agreed.
Anywho, moving on, this week's Famitsu has revealed that a special new character has been added to the Senran Kagura Estival vs. Playable roster. New playable character Ryohime, something, is actually the older sister of twins Ryobi and Ryona. Word around the Shinobi water cooler is she perished during a fight with a spirit, though she was brought back to life during the Kakura 1000-Year Festival. Not entirely 100% in pre-death condition, however, Ryohime comes back complete with a halo and a coffin, using the latter instead of a launcher. As for her weapon of choice, she's a shotgun and shield kind of lady, and she's pretty damn good with them. Other release details include her measurements: 171 centimeters tall, 94H, 55, 89, I believe those are all centimeters, and the lack of a known blood type, the fact that she celebrates a death day instead of a birthday, and that her only interest is her younger sisters. What is this, like a penthouse, biography or something? Anyway, you can look forward to playing as Ryohime when Senran Kagura Estival vs. releases March 26 in Japan. Still no word on a localization, but I'm hoping for one.
Oh yeah.
And the last news piece. Hotaru no Nakai, The Firefly Diary, has been officially delayed from its previous fall window.
Bum, bum, bum.
Bum, bum. So, Nippon Ichi's American offshoot has finally announced that delay we've all been anticipating, and the rumors surrounding February were pretty spot on, aside from specific dates. Hotaru no Nakai, The Firefly Diary is now set to release February 24th in North America and February 25th in Europe. A limited edition physical version of the game will be available through Nippon Ichi America's online store for $29.99, including a special box, art book, and soundtrack CD alongside a copy of the game. A standard physical edition will also be available from the online store for $19.99. If you don't know about Hotaru no Nakai, here's a description. Set far in the future, Hotaru no Nakai follows Mayon, a little girl who wakes up on December 31st, 9999, not knowing where she is or how she got there. Your job is to help her escape this place by controlling one of two fireflies that guide her, and by using objects to augment your play and maneuverability. The two fireflies exist such that one lives in the light and one lives in the shadow, each one having different abilities tuned to their environments. The light-loving firefly can make plants grow to open new paths for Mayon, while the shadow-loving firefly, can move through the shadows and use a Shadow Link skill to move objects. We'll have more on Hotaru no Nakai, The Firefly Diary, as we approach that February release date. And that's the news.
Oh yeah, we did it.
Okay,
I was shifting gears, God, because we got to go to the next thing.
I could tell, but I was, whatever. Moving on to our next talking point. His talking points. And our first talking point, as always, is announced release games we're looking forward to from the week. So, what's up, Tyler?
Fantasy Hero Unsigned Legacy. Weird. I just talked about it a little bit ago. Looks pretty cool. I'm down.
All right. What else?
I'm hoping that Shakespeare's Games comes over here because it sounds really entertaining and some good local multiplayer fun and online multiplayer fun. Destroying Kyle, because I always do.
Whatever, Tyler.
Hey, I just need to render that Nidhogg video and people can see me owning you. I'm just teasing
That
you.
was my first time playing the game.
He's played it so many times, guys. Don't listen to him.
I have now. Let's go now.
He has like 10 hours into it when we did that video. Don't even.
Okay, buddy.
Don't listen to him. He doesn't know anything. He's Canadian. Doesn't even know how to say his own Canadian relatives' names.
Relatives' names. Okay, Tyler.
Anyways, I'm just messing with him. Anyway, Atelier Escha, whatever that one is, that one looks cool. I played the other ones, although I always play them and then I never get very far. So I don't know why I'm excited for it, because I will do the exact same thing.
Shiny object, Tyler.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, shiny object.
Exactly. Hotaru no Nakai, sucks that it got delayed, but if they need to fix some stuff, then by all means, fix away. I'm sure there's something else I'm thinking of. Kyle will mention it. What is it, Kyle? What are you excited for?
Alright, so Fantasy Hero sounds interesting, although I'm kind of a bit peeved that they're pulling another, regional mishap, I guess, on me. So yeah. Hyperdimension Neptunia Rebirth 3V Century. I still haven't got to the first one, but I'm still really excited to get back to the first one, so hopefully I'll get to that one eventually if I ever get to the first one.
Yeah.
And, of course, Senran Kagura SRO Versus, I'm super excited for. I loved Shinobi Versus, as you'll see if you read my review on the site, and the fact that I have 94% of the trophies, and yeah. So, yeah, definitely that one, and I'm hoping that they announce a localization before they release it in Japan, because I might not be able to wait. That would kind of suck. But anyway, the other one is, like you said, Hotaru no Nakai, the Firefly Diary. Kind of a little sad that they delayed it, because I saw some screenshots and some other stuff from the game right after it released in Japan, and it looked really cool, so
Yeah.
I'm down for that once they get that fixed up and released in, I guess, February.
Yeah. Some awesome games coming that we're excited for.
Well, hopefully there's a little bit of a lull, though. Because, we need to get back to some of these games and finish some stuff. Like, even this week, there was, 5 releases in North America.
I mean, we talk about it almost every time we record. We've got way too many games to play. I mean, I still need to play Senran Kagura. I just got The Wolf Among Us. I need to play more of that. Tales of Hearts R. I'm only however long I said I was last time. Yeah, I'm not that far in it. I mean, I still haven't even beat Toukiden. I mean, that's going way back.
Yeah, I still need to go back and finish Toukiden too. So I got to the 5th level or whatever, and then I got halfway through it, and then I can't remember what came up as something else, and I was like, oh, I'll come back to this super soon, and I just never got back.
Yep. Last time you played it probably was when we did the Extra Life stream. Right?
It was.
Same here.
And I even got a trophy, I think, when we were playing it. So that's how not much I've played it. So even if I go back and play it right now for an hour, I'd probably get a trophy.
Yeah.
I need to play it more.
There's a lot of games. I mean, I think I've said it before, someone just now getting a Vita, oh my gosh, you've got so many things to play.
Even if you're a picky jerk who's I don't want to play insert subset of games here, whether it's RPGs or indies or, anything that big group that you want to call out, there's still so many other games. If you were coming into a Vita right now, you'd be like, holy shit.
Yeah, it's just
damn.
Anyways, that's all our talking points, right? We got listener mail now?
Yeah, so not a lot of talking points, but quite a hefty bit of listener mail, so
let's jump into it.
There we go. So our first listener mail here is from, I guess it's Gasper. Or Jasper? I don't know. Gasper. Gasper sounds funnier. Let's go with that. So it's from Gasper, and I'll just read it as it is. Hello, the VitaCast. My name is Gasper, and he says, feel free to mispronounce my name as you wish. So there you go. And I am the crazy person you were looking for to replace Tyler. If you guys don't know, because you don't listen to the VitaCast regularly, and shame on you if you don't. Last VitaCast, I was threatening to fire Tyler and replace him with crazy people. So,
we've got our
one of those crazy people, actually, messaged in, and here we go. So, he says, why should you pick me as your new Tyler, you may ask? Well, I have a wide range of skills that includes announcing news in a Slovenian accent.
Oh, man.
Talking about how much I love Killzone. Not daring my boss to fire and replace me.
Who would do such a thing?
I have no idea. And the license and or experience with using M75 HGR, M76A, F2000, RGW90, and M92FS in case you need a crazy person in your zombie apocalypse team. Now, if you people don't know out there who are just random listeners who, aren't into this kind of thing, those are all guns. So then he says, hire me, I am crazy, sincerely Gasper. And then he adds, but with all seriousness, I love the show, and although I do not have any serious questions for you, you should know that you have a regular listener. Peace. So, even though he wasn't completely serious, although I'm sure he's serious about those guns, so don't go, knocking on his door looking to rob this fellow. Yeah. So there we go, our first crazy applicant to replace you. And even though I'm thinking maybe we're going to keep you, I think any other crazy people who want to replace you should message in, because maybe we just might pick one of these crazy people and have them on for one of the VitaCasts.
Yeah, that'd be pretty funny.
That'd be pretty crazy.
Well, thank you, Gasper, or however you pronounce your name. That made me laugh when I read that. Nice little chuckle there, so. And I appreciate you listening in and enjoying the show. But we'll keep doing what we do. Hope you keep liking it.
And, actually, speaking of laughing, just something I wanted to note, I thought was pretty funny, and Tyler thought was pretty funny, and, well, the owner of the site thought was pretty funny. When we got that email, the email actually forwards from the account that it gets sent to, and to me and Tyler and Paul, the owner of the site. And Paul actually messaged me, and he was like, dude, is Tyler going somewhere? Is he leaving? And I was like, no, this is what happened on the last cast. He's like, oh, I hadn't got to it yet, and blah, blah, blah. So it was pretty funny, because he thought that Tyler was actually leaving, and I wouldn't do that unless I just fired him on the spot and he was just gone, and it wasn't, So, yeah. If Tyler ever pissed me off and I'm just like, you're gone, and then he just leaves, then that's how it'll be.
Yep. One of these days, I'll piss Kyle off enough. Just wait, you guys.
One of these days. Either that, or everything will be fine on the podcast, and then you'll just get like a podcast that's me like turning on a recorder and then flying to Tyler's house and kicking his ass. One of the two.
It'd be an interesting show.
There you go.
Although I don't know if I'd like it.
Probably wouldn't like the feel of it.
No, not at all. Not at all. Anyways, let's continue on.
All right. So moving on, something that links to something we were talking about earlier. So this one's from New Vita Order at NVODR on Twitter. And he simply says, or she, I'm not actually sure, simply says, talk about Tales of Hearts R. So you wondered why we weren't talking about it earlier. That's why. So go ahead, Tyler. Since I'm the review person, let's have you talk about it first.
All right.
Because I'll be
Tales of
talking
Hearts
about it
are
probably more.
Tales of Hearts are is on the Vita. All right, next question. I'm just kidding. So yeah, I've only played about I think 3 hours of it. So I'm still somewhat early into it, but oh my gosh, I'm liking it a lot. It looks pretty good graphically. I mean, it's not super like amazing graphically, but what it does is it's pretty good. I really enjoy the cutscenes that they have because they're like real anime style cutscenes, at least from what I've seen so far. And the gameplay feels good. I'm enjoying running around fighting enemies and learning new things and upgrading my people and just playing. Like I said, I'm still pretty early in it, so I don't really have too much to say about it, but I'm really looking forward to getting back in it when I'm completely done with my Freedom Wars review. Kyle, you played more than me, right?
I've played right at this point about as much as you. I actually played and then I got stuck, and I got stuck in a stupid spot where I just saved and then I got stuck, so it kind of screwed me and I had to start over again.
Wait, okay, how did you do that without spoiling anything, if it's possible?
Well, the first, like, really hard battle that you kind of get into, I just kind of breezed my way to it, just, I guess, by happenstance. I didn't get enough battles or whatever in between the start and that, and, like, right when you get to it, there's, like, a save point right there, and then I went in, and I pretty much just got destroyed, and no matter what I did and what strategy I used, I even got really good at, like, a whole bunch of different things, I couldn't beat that boss, so I was like, screw it, like, I was only, like, I think, like 45 or 50 minutes in it, so I was just like, whatever, and I started the whole game over again.
Well, that sounds good.
Yeah, that kind of, I don't know, I think that was just my stupid decision, and then, like, not wanting to stand there and grind for, like, ever. I just wanted to do it a little bit more organically, I guess. I just wasn't prepared because I've never really played a Tales of Hearts game, and so I didn't know how much, in between stuff you needed to grind, I guess. So, yeah, I had to restart. So I'm, like, 3 hours in again, but I was, like, an hour in already, and, like, I haven't had much time for it with Sword Art Online and a whole bunch of other stuff, but I put, like, an hour and a half in yesterday, and I put an hour and a bit in today so far, and I'll probably be playing it after the podcast too, so.
Nice.
I'll be getting there, and hopefully, by the end of the week, it'll be dozens of hours.
Yeah, I'll try to get some more playtime into it as well, that way I can go into it a little bit more, but, I mean, it's an RPG, and sometimes RPGs take a decent amount of hours to actually get a full feel of what the game's all about, because I mean, I've only gotten or met a couple of the main people. I think there's still a few people that need to be met and things that could completely change the experience, so yeah, it's still a little early, but I'm loving it, and it's definitely a game that I'm gonna put a lot of time into, and I've already convinced another person to buy it, one of my coworkers. So there you go.
Nice. Yeah, I'll definitely be putting a lot of time into it with being the one to review it, and that'll be my main focus over the next, little while. So, in the next couple of days, I'll probably be better to talk to you about this. But so far, there's a couple things that actually are kind of bothering me, and I just wanted to talk about those briefly. First of all, those 4:3 cutscenes, those square, big black bars on the sides.
Yeah.
That just seems so kind of lazy to me. Like, I don't know.
Well,
I know they're like supposed to be the original cutscenes, and it was supposed to be coming from, I think, 3DS or DS or something. Bad for resolution. But, like, I mean, do something. I mean, like, a lot of games, they go back and they paint the rest of the, scenes, or they redo, like, each frame, or, something. Like, I don't know. I know it's something that probably would take a lot of time and a lot of work, but it just seems, without it breaks, like, that whole, like, like being into the game.
Takes
like,
you out of the experience.
Yeah, like it kind of breaks that for me. Like
Right.
I was playing, and then you get like to like one of those cutscenes. Like I know the game starts with one, but like I know some other games that start with one and don't kind of play like that. So I wasn't really expecting it, I guess. And I hadn't read a lot as far as, what the game is like technically, I guess, beforehand. I read a lot about the systems and like different stuff, like I heard, but nothing really about like, hey, the cutscenes are going to be 4:3 and like they're going to be all this square blocky crap, and it just kind of threw me off. And then every time it happens, it throws me out of the experience, and I just kind of feel like you're ruining it for me by not being like taking advantage of this full screen.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, how shallow the combat is. Like, I don't know if it's just I haven't got in, like, far enough, but it seems like I've gotten far enough that it's introduced quite a few elements to it, and, the whole partner system and the whole, everything, I guess. But it just seems really shallow. Like, it just seems like I'm, like, mashing buttons, and then, I don't know. Like, with Sword Art, it seemed like there was strategy, and with this, it's like, oh, do I have enough health? Yeah, just mash the button until, like, I don't know.
Yeah, there's a few things, like, I've noticed you can just hit the attack button constantly, but there is, like, evades and stuff you can counter people's attacks with that would keep your health up, and I would assume that when you get further in, you're going to go against harder bosses that you're going to need to know how to do those things.
Well, like, even when I got to, that hard boss that made me kind of stop there and restart the game, like, I could get almost to the end with such, like, this crappy character, because you don't have to, like, you have to use, like, what you have there, but, like, if you time it right, you can just kind of stand so that the enemy attacks, and when they attack, you kind of step out of the way and just start attacking them, and they can never hit you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, that's what I just started doing, and the only reason that they ended up getting me was because always the friggin' other character that was with me would stand, like, right close to me, and they would end up getting killed, and then I'd go to, like, revive them, and while I was reviving them, you're vulnerable, like, you can't move anywhere, and so then I'd die, and and then the guy, like, I'm like, oh, I'd run out of stuff, and it just, a bunch of crap.
That'd be frustrating.
Yeah.
Who knows, maybe further on you'll start to get a better grasp of it, or it will change and make it better.
Well, I don't know, it just seems really basic, like, even games like Ys have a fairly basic combat system, but it seems like, when you're playing, you're always doing something, and it wasn't really just hit the button. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, or maybe, I don't know, something else was influencing my, like of that area, but it just seems like when I go into the combat here, you get into the combat, and then I'm just like, X or whatever the button is, I don't even remember now. I just kind of muscle memory anymore. But I just mash the button, and then, that double attack or whatever when it gives it on the gauge, and that's it. I don't know.
Who knows?
We'll find out anyway as I delve deeper into this.
Yes.
Tales of Hearts.
Alright, there we go. We talked about Tales of Hearts.
Yeah, there you go.
Never again. No, I'm just kidding.
Never again.
Let's move it along. What do we got next?
Alright, so we still got a couple left. Our next one is from often writer, I guess, Xtemma, and that's at Xtemma, Xtemma on Twitter. And he says, and this one's a tip, so we like tips. If you want to send us tips, that's cool too. His tip is a tip for people who still on the fence for Japan Studios, aka Japanese excellent first party games. He says, buy them, and that's bolded and exclamation points and, all capital letters. So he's serious about you buying them, and I assume if he doesn't, or if you don't, he will haunt you after he dies. Ooh. Just because that's what I'm assuming.
That got dark, huh? That got real dark. But yes.
Better buy those goddamn Vita games then, boy.
Well, he just wants you to buy the Japan Studio games.
But buy them all. Buy all.
You should buy all of them. But yeah, the Japan Studios ones for sure have been all pretty damn good games. They know what to do with that Vita. So yes, buy them. That's a great tip. Thank you, Xdema.
There you go. So moving on, we have one from, I guess this is non-Skippo, I don't know, at NONSCPO. And he says, do you think Sakai Project's 250,000 Vita stretch goal is a realistic one once the Kickstarter starts? And then he gives a link. So, what do you think, Tyler, about that link?
Well, I opened it up, I looked at the game, or I looked at a little bit of it, and, I don't know. It sounds really high. Because there's a lot of games that have been backed that have added the Vita and the stretch goal. And I mean, there's some high ones that are just a little ridiculous, but this one I feel like this one's the highest that I've ever seen. I don't know if I'm crazy.
You're crazy, because I've seen some, 1.8 million stretch goals to get stuff on Vita.
Well, wait, isn't that, games that are, crazy, though?
Yeah, but it's okay, maybe this one is the highest amount compared to the initial amount.
Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe, because it seems like on here the goal is 40,000 to get the single game, and then to the 250,000 to get all the whole trilogy onto Vita. You know what I mean? So that's maybe the biggest step. But I've seen where it's 500,000 to get the game out, and then 1.8 million to get it on Vita.
Yeah,
which is ridiculous as far as I'm concerned. That's 3 3/5 the time.
Yeah,
the game. I don't know. That's ridiculous. It breaks my brain to think about it.
It does. What do you think about this, Kyle?
All right, so I'm gonna have to agree. I think that's quite a big number to get it on Vita. Although I would like it. So I mean, this is something that we need more of. It's I believe visual novel game. It's called Grisaya Trilogy. And I guess they're starting a Kickstarter for it in November, so they've listed all these kind of details of, what they're offering here and what they're trying to get done. And it looks interesting. I mean, I read the plot and stuff, and it kind of sounds interesting, and it seems, like something I might play, but I'm always really kind of hesitant to put any backing or anything towards stuff where it's such a high goal for Vita like that, just because it seems like a lot of the time they don't get near it, or they get so close and then they never make it, and stuff never happens. So it's just a case of it's so high that people don't contribute because they don't think it's ever going to get there, kind of thing. For me, I don't know. So that number kind of seems bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who knows? Well, I guess we'll find out if it gets near that. And although, I mean, it could mean something completely different. People just are really excited for the game. They don't really care if it hits 250,000 just because of the Vita. But I don't know. I don't know if it's realistic.
Well, I mean, anything's realistic if enough people like it, but I think this is a case where it's a localization of a visual novel, which is kind of a niche genre, and then it's something by not to harp on them, but Sakai Projects isn't necessarily Xseed or NIS America or something like that, right? So they're not the highest profile company, and that kind of springs away from that, because if they're not that high profile, they're not going to get the word out as easily. People aren't going to go, hey, I trust them to get that there as easily, and it's just harder to get that kind of money. And I think that's a lot to be asking for something that has such a small initial goal. Although I don't know. it's a hard one to gauge because of the fact that it is those 3 games, and that the third goal, like, to actually get the trilogy made is 120,000. So, like, I mean, I don't know. It's a really hard one to kind of gauge. I would like to see it hit that goal, but I don't think necessarily it's going to.
Yeah.
Let's put it that way.
Yeah, of course. Any game that's has a possibility of coming to Vita, of course. Get it. Hit it. Go beyond that. Get 300,000.
Yeah, I would love for them. Like, I mean, I'm down with any of these people getting much more than they're asking for, just to make, put the polish on and make these games awesome and get them onto these platforms that they're saying, hey, we could do it if we had the money. As long as they're willing to do it right, I'd be glad for every one of them to get their money, but I don't think, people are as easily parting with their money as they used to.
Yeah. Alright, well, this is random, but it always happens. I remembered the game that I played.
Alright, give it to us, Tyler.
Okay, let's see if you can guess, Kyle. Just, what game do you think I played? I got a trophy on it, and it posted on my Twitter.
I don't know, I don't check people's trophy. That kind of pisses me off when people do that.
I don't do it on purpose, it just automatically does it.
Yeah, no, but I turn mine off, and then, I don't know.
Oh, Kyle.
You can turn it off, Tyler.
Jeez, wow, this just got dark. I don't even know if I want to tell you now.
Tell me anyway.
Sure.
Just friggin' tell me, Tyler. I actually want to hear about the trophy that you got in this game that you played. I just don't want to hear about your trophy posts on Twitter. So, yeah.
I'm not going to tell you, Kyle. I'm going to tell the audience, okay? So.
Okay. Here, I'll plug my ears. Ready? Okay. Go.
Kyle's stupid. He's so dumb. Can't believe he actually plugged his ears and isn't listening to me.
Yeah, Tyler, I didn't plug my ears, and I heard all that.
Oh, am I fired now?
We're really looking to get replaced by one of these crazy people, eh? You want to get Gasper with his Slovenian accent up in here?
I think we need to get more applicants first before we think about that.
Alright, everybody who's crazy, I don't care how crazy you are, if your friggin' email comes out blibbity jibbity fribbity, if it is literally, if I think that's literally what you meant to say, I will read it on air.
Oh boy. Anyways, let's get back to it. I played Dragon Ball Z, Kyle.
You played Dragon Ball Z. How the hell was I supposed to guess that, Tyler?
I don't know.
When's the last time you played Dragon Ball Z and talked about it? A long ass time ago.
Yeah, but now you can't say that anymore.
Shut up.
Just talk to me. I'm sorry. That was really random. I looked at my trophy list while you were talking to him for a second. I was like, oh yeah, I did play Dragon Ball Z.
Damn it, Tyler.
Anyways, yeah. Let's move it along to the next in our final question.
All right. So our last question comes from AM Gamer, and that's at Alberto Marcelo, ALBERTO MARCILLO on Twitter. And he says, I would love to hear your top 5 games that the Vita would come out with. Sky's the limit. And then he gives his list, because, of course, we always say, people aren't giving us their lists, and he is awesome and actually listens and gives us his list. So his list would be Final Fantasy XII HD Remastered, Persona 5.
Oh, yeah.
A new Killzone.
Double, oh, yeah.
A new Monster Hunter.
Triple, oh, yeah.
And a new Dissidia.
Never played it.
So, awesome. I'm gonna have to agree with Tyler on the all yeahs. So, I'm down with those all yeahs.
So what's your list, Kyle? I want to hear yours first.
You want to hear mine first?
Yeah.
Well, this is in no order because it's really hard for me to order these kind of things. So this is no order at all. But first of all, Skate. I would love a Vita Skate game that would absolutely make my life. I would play the hell out of that. That would just be awesome.
That'd be so cool.
A Vita Skate.
Nice.
Next up, a Persona 5 release or a Persona 3 remaster.
Ooh.
So either of those is cool. I just really want a new Persona game, and that sounds like some good options, I guess.
Yes.
So either of those are cool. I would also really like a new Resident Evil game. So I'm going to be a little specific here, and say a Resident Evil game with the tone of the original 3. So something that feels more like Resident Evil 2 Nemesis than it does Resident Evil 5 or Resident Evil 6, which, although they're good in their own ways, don't seem like the same type of games to me. I'm looking for that, actual zombie survival thing, not this, these people are infected with things that make stuff come out of their heads and turn into mutants and blah, blah, yeah, whatever.
Yeah,
Zombies and mansions and shit like that. I'm down with that. So let's do that again.
Nice.
And other than that, the only other thing I can really say that for sure off the top of my head here is a really, really good racing game. So whether they want to, make a drive club for Vita, whether they want to, bust out a new Gran Turismo for Vita, or remaster an old Gran Turismo for Vita, which would be awesome. Or even a new Ridge Racer that's not piecemeal contented into a full game. Ridge Racer is great for Vita, but you have to buy the game, and then you have to buy $20 in DLC to get the rest of the game. So it's kind of a pain in the ass. And then plus downloading it is a pain in the ass because it individualizes everything. So it's not good. So, something really good, racing wise, like actual racing or arcade style with actual cars, would be good. Because we have cool stuff that's kind of arcadey, I guess, with cartoony cars, I guess you would call them, like Sonic and tabletop racing, stuff like that. Those are good games, but that's not the kind of game I'm looking for with racing. I'm looking for something more simulation arcade style, like Gran Turismo, Ridge Racer, something like that. So yeah, there's my list. A lot of talking for that list, but there you go.
Very nice.
What about you, Tyler?
I'll keep it short and sweet. So, Grand Theft Auto. Give us a Grand Theft Auto on the Vita. Holy crap, it would sell. Gran Turismo. I love racing games, and I loved Gran Turismo back in the day when I used to play it all the time, and it would fit perfectly on the go. And the Vita is just that device that needs it. What was it? It was on you said it, and I can't think of his name. Alberto said it. Persona 5. Bring that. And also, I wasn't thinking about what you said, but what you did say was the Persona 3 remastered. That'd be amazing. I love that game. And you still haven't even beat it, have you?
I have not beat it. I keep going back and chipping away a little bits at it, but I'm really not all that far. I actually started it originally, the PS2 version or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
So, and I got so far, and then kind of some stuff happened, and I was like, I don't want to play it that way. And then, I don't know. It's just,
I gotcha.
It's gonna take me some time, or, me beating all these Vita games to get back to it, or them busting out a version that's remastered with trophies for me to,
Yeah, that'd be so awesome. I'd be down for that. Anyways, what else? I had a whole list in my head while you were reading yours, and then now it's my turn. I'm just blanking right now. I would go for another Monster Hunter, or not another, but a Monster Hunter game that is made just for the Vita, not any redone crap. Just a game that you can only play on the Vita, that was meant for the Vita, and everything is exclusive to the Vita, because that would help people quit their whining. And I love Monster Hunter, so bring it. Also, I think they really needed to do it, and it would be awesome, and people would buy it if a good developer got their hands on it. Another Call of Duty game. I'm not the biggest fan of Call of Duty, but I love playing shooters, and if they could jump back onto Call of Duty and make it work and play good and look good, bam, there's the Western market buying a ton of Vitas. Bring that and Grand Theft Auto and Gran Turismo, like, all in the same year. Oh my gosh, people would go crazy about the Vita. Yeah, there's my list.
Alright, not a bad list at all. Other than Gran Turismo. Grand Theft Auto, which I don't agree with, but I agree with it at the same time because I think it would sell Vitas, although that's not what I was going for. I don't know.
I gotcha. I love Grand Theft Auto, but the ones on the PSP, those were like the first games I played on the PSP. So it's kind of like one of those memory type games where it's just like, yes, whenever I think of the PSP, I think of Grand Theft Auto and Liberty City Stories and Vice City Stories and that. Just how awesome it was. With multiplayer, oh my god, Kyle, you would just love it. Just agree with me. Anyways.
No, Tyler, just no.
Hey, we're here to have different opinions every once in a while.
That's true, and my opinion is no.
But you're never right about anything, so whatever.
Oh,
what are you gonna do? Remember, send those crazy emails.
Yeah. Yeah, that's about it, too.
Alright, that's all our questions, so let's head on to check this out. And you got it, Kyle. What is it? What are we going to check out?
Alright, well, I'm busting out 2 different things for check this out this time.
Ooh.
And I'm kind of cheating with one of them,
Oh.
so, well,
There you go.
Anyway. First one is, for check this out, you guys should go get Sword Art Online. Okay? I just posted my review. We just talked about it at the start of the podcast, so you shouldn't need me to talk about it too much more. Go get Sword Art Online. The actual gameplay is awesome. There's tons of content. Just do it.
Just get it.
And my other thing that you should check out is the Senran and Kagura Shinobi vs. DLC. The reason you should check out the DLC is, 1, it gives you awesome costumes that aren't available in the main game. 2, gives you awesome other things that aren't available in the main game, which are sometimes funny, and sometimes cute, and sometimes, I guess you could call it sexy, if you can call characters sexy and that's your thing. So, it's definitely interesting, to say the least. And the other thing is that it also crosses with Bon Appetit. So if you get DLC for Shinobi Versus, and it's costume DLC that's compatible, then it goes to Bon Appetit too. So it's like cross-buy DLC between 2 different games. It's pretty ballin'. So that's what you should do. You should go get all the DLC because I bought it all, and now that they fixed the little issue that they had there with some DLC that was released last week, pretty much everything works, and you can go get everything now, and you can spend a whole bunch of money on DLC, and then they'll bring S Versus over, and then we can get that, and we can all be Senran and Kagura happy together. You guys.
Aw, yeah.
So there you go. Sword Art Online and Senran and Kagura DLC, and then Senran and Kagura game, and Senran and Kagura Bon Appetit, and all the Senran and Kagura. Senran and Kagura.
All of it. Senran and Kagura.
Senran and Kagura. If you guys don't remember that on the podcast, then you need to go watch more, or listen to more podcasts.
Or watch on the YouTube channel.
Yes, or watch. I guess you can watch, but you're not actually watching us podcasting.
That's true. You wouldn't want to watch us. I'm fully dressed.
I'm not.
Oh. Alright. Well, let's get out of here.
Arms are exposed, Tyler.
Oh, okay. That's what I was thinking. Right?
I don't know what you were thinking.
Like always, you can find all the stories we talked about on the VitaLounge.net. We're all on Twitter. I'm at No, the Vita Lounge is at the Vita Lounge. I'm at Mr. PSVita Reviews. Kyle is at Teflon Tactics. But don't go follow him. Just kidding. He's almost at 1,000. Go follow that guy.
Not almost at 1,000 yet. Just past 800. So.
That's almost at 1,000, Kyle.
Oh,
don't sell
almost at
yourself
1,000 when I'm at like 980 something.
Kyle is almost at 1,000. Go follow him. Make him that 1,000. Get him that 1K. Alright. We're on Facebook. Just search the Vita Lounge. Our YouTube channel, Loungeplay, youtube.com/Loungeplay. We do Lounge Plays at, well, we haven't been doing them lately. I've been busy and my internet went out last Saturday. I was pissed off. I was like ready to go and my internet was down. So that was disappointing. But anyways, we do Lounge Plays at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 4 p.m. Eastern, and 9 p.m. British Summer Time.
No.
Nope.
No.
British Standard Time?
Nope.
Nope. What is it?
It's GMT now. They switch back.
They did?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Well, we just switch back and they just switch back. That's kind of how it works.
Oh. I thought we... Okay, well... America. Anyways.
America.
Alright, well, that GMT. Anyways, the forum, go sign up, join the conversation, thevitalounge.net/forum. We're on iTunes. Let us know how we're doing, subscribe to us, and we're out of here. So, Kyle, say something stupid.
I can't possibly say anything stupid, Tyler. Everything I say has worth. You go ahead and say anything, then it's something stupid.
Kyle is awesome.
It's your opinion, so it is something stupid, even though it's true.
I love how your brain had to think for a second. You're like, how can I turn this around to benefit myself? And then you
actually, if you go back and listen there isn't that much of a pause there, Tyler.
there's a slight pause. I'll edit it and make it.
Yeah, you're gonna make it really fun. Thanks, buddy. You're a real pal.
Love you too, Kyle.
I'll make sure to edit the post and say about how much of a wiener you are.
Oh, good one. Are we like in 2nd grade?
I think we are.
Alright, let's get out of here before we do anything any crazier.
Alright, I think it's time for nap time anyway.
Yeah, that's true. See ya.
See ya.